Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. Today's topic is meal prepping. So I'm going to give you some tips and guidelines, things that have worked for me, things that I do to prepare for the work week. And today's preparation is about maybe 2 to 3 days worth of food, give or take. But essentially what you are doing is you're creating almost like a salad bar of ingredients, put it in Tupperwares, so pre-cut ingredients, put in Tupperwares for you. And so some of these ingredients you can cut, some of these ingredients you can buy pre-cut. So I recommend that you do that if you can. There are some broccoli and cauliflower bags that you can buy pre-cut from Trader Joe's. So today's video is going to cover ingredients from Trader Joe's. So everything I mentioned here today you can find from there. And so today's list, you want to make whatever you want. Buy ingredients that you like to eat, whatever it is. So we're going to prepare for veggie stir fry. Some salad mixes, so pre-cut salads, pre-cut vegetables, anything that you would like to eat, and then other whole foods that you can't buy pre-cut, like cucumber, some beets maybe, bell peppers, things of that nature. Also, if you like rolled oats, I'm going to cover that briefly for breakfast. So if you like oatmeal, overnight oats is very similar to that, but you can add a little more flavor to it. I like them. It's super easy for me because I can make it the night before and get it the next morning out of my fridge, and I take it with me to work and I eat it when I'm ready, which is usually around 9 o'clock or 9:30, give or take on the day. Sometimes I go a little bit longer because I'm busy, so I tend to do that intermittent fasting where I try to eat later in the morning, and then I have a fairly early dinner around 6 or 7. But that's another subject. So meal prep, make your ingredient list, things that you like to eat, rolled oats, I'm going to cover that. That's going to come up in the video. Also some oven, I'm going to make a dish for the oven. So if you want to make some, they're called potato fingerlings, also found at Trader Joe's. You can get those from there, and I'll show you how to prepare those. It's super simple, just some olive oil and seasoning salt on top of the potatoes, and then you just throw it in the oven for about usually anywhere between 45 minutes to 60 an hour, give or take, so it depends on the oven. So, okay, let's get into that, guys. So again, a lot of meal prep, Tupperware is close by, working station, knife, cutting board, have all your ingredients out, close by. You're in the kitchen, the stove is going to be prepared to be used as well because we're going to cook stir fry, get into that cooking mixture. Salad mix, we're going to learn how to, or you're going to see how I prepare for salads with the veggie mix. So I'm essentially making dinner with the veggie stir fry, and then I'm also preparing for lunch the next day. So I'm using what's left over from my dinner tonight from the veggie stir fry, and then I'm applying that for the days ahead in my salad. So, or in my salad kind of container mix. I have a nice container. It's a glass container if you can find one. It's got a little divider in the middle. Actually, it's about 2/3 in the middle. So the larger portion of it can be focused on salad, and then the other portion can be focused on the veggie stir fry with your lean protein. I'm not going to make any protein for this video, but if you want to, go ahead and buy that, make that preparation however you see fit. The thing with making meal preps or prepping ingredients and doing all that work is you want to cook the things that take the longest in the beginning. So that would be for this video, if you're making a lean protein and you want to make it in the oven, it's going to take a little bit longer than usual, anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes depending on how you prepare it. The fingerlings take about 45 minutes to an hour, so that's going to be the first thing that we're going to need to take care of and get it out of the way. I'll get into the oats after that, and then go into some stir-fry salad preparation for your work week and lunches, dinners, all that good nature. So again, or all that good stuff. And then, of course, get your station ready, and let's get into the next phase of our video, the meal prepping phase. Make your list, go to the grocery store, don't buy any junk food, try to eat clean and healthy. If you need some snacks, though, don't get me wrong, right? Treat yourself a little bit, but don't have it all the time. Keep your sugar intake low if you're trying to cut back on body fat. Sugar's low, carbs, you want to cycle around your training. So if you train in the morning, you want to have more carbs around that workout. If you train in the evening, you want to have more carbs around that workout in the evening. So that's how you play with carbs, and that's how you reduce body fat, is carb timing, meal prepping with your carb timing, which is why we have those potato fingerlings. So when you train, you can have those after your workout. Alright, so let's move into the next phase. Cooking time, prepping time, let's go for it. See you soon. Okay guys, so I have the oven going now. It's preheating 425. It'll probably cook for about anywhere between 50 minutes to an hour. About halfway through, I toss it, move it around, maybe throw a little more seasoning on there. And that's actually what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to prep my fingerlings. So I have them in this glass a container. And then I'm going to do some salt and pepper. I actually have this seasoning. It's really good. It's a garlic, salt, pepper, and parsley blend. So this I got, I believe, from Smart and Final. Got lucky. It was just there randomly. Found it there. So I'm going to put some of that on there. And then I'm going to do some salt and pepper, or I'm sorry, some just black pepper. And that's it. I'm going to toss it around a little bit. Put it off to the side when the oven goes off to let me know that the temperature has been reached. I will throw this in and forget about it. And we're going to move on and get into the overnight oats. So what you want to do anytime you prep, try to make as much as you can. And try to prioritize based on how long things take. But I do want to get the overnight oats just out of the way so I can get them off the table so I can show you everything that I'm going to do with the salad and the preparing with the veggies and all that good stuff. So with the overnight oats, it does help to have a glass jar with a good screw top lid. Measuring out everything is extremely helpful. So if you have a measuring cup, it's a half cup, which is a serving of overnight oats. You can find these at Trader Joe's. Half a serving, or half a cup is one serving. And it's got 6 grams of protein, 31 grams of carbs. So it is a big carb start to your day. And again, it's just half a cup, one serving, and I'm good there. I'm done with it. Now I match my almond milk to the same exact half cup. But I'm going to end up putting more later because I end up using the protein powder, which dries up the whole mixture. So that's my base for now. Protein powder, this is optional. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You can add a little frozen berries to this, blueberries, about, I'd say maybe a quarter cup to a third cup. So for this example, I'll use some frozen blueberries. I don't have quite a quarter cup with me at the moment. I think it's dirty. But I wasn't planning to use blueberries, so I won't fill it up all the way. And you can just seal it up. You can mix it up if you want. Mix it around. You can even stir it. I mean, I highly recommend stirring it, but it's totally up to you and how you want to do it. And in fact, I can tell that this is actually not enough. I did half a cup and it's still not enough with half a cup of oats, and it still wasn't enough. So actually, you may need more. And so this is the base. I move it around. You can do this, duplicate this, leave it in the fridge overnight. By the morning time, it's good to go. This is very basic. I like adding more, and in fact, I'm going to add more. So I did my scoop of protein powder. I'm done with that. I'm going to add some cacao. I like the chocolate flavor. So I'm going to add some chocolate flavor. Just one serving, which is 1 tablespoon. Done with that. I like a little healthy fat, so I will do some chia seeds. And 1 serving of that also is 1 tablespoon. So you get your healthy omega fats, your omega-3s, omega-6s, and then from there, let's see, a little bit of turmeric. Now people really don't like turmeric flavoring. I'm only going to do half of the required serving. I believe it's 1 teaspoon. It is 1 teaspoon. I have half a teaspoon here, so I'm only going to do half. It's a very strong flavor, but I also have a lot of other flavors in here. And so I like crunch to mine. I'm going to add some sliced almonds. Not much to it, that's it. Mix it around. Because I did add more powder. So you might, if you're adding powder, you might need a little bit more. It kind of looks like, based on what you just went through, about 3/4 cup. 3/4 of a cup should be enough. And you should have a good liquid mixture. And you can see I'm stirring it around quite a bit because I have powder. And if you don't mix it, it's going to leave, pockets of just straight powder as you're eating it. It's gross, it's dry. So just make sure you have enough liquid in there. And it's okay if it's kind of runny. It's fine. That's it. That's it. It's done. Out of sight, out of mind. I am done with it. There's my breakfast for tomorrow. It took me a little longer than 5 minutes, give or take, right around there. But you saw how those first 3 ingredients, which was the berries, the oats, and the almond milk, didn't take very much time at all. So let's move on. I'm going to put some of this stuff away. I'll be back. Hey guys, so now as we transition into the next phase, we're going to make our stir fry. So again, we're multitasking. The potatoes I'm still waiting on. They're almost ready. But we're going to make vegetables. We're going to dice everything up. And then I actually have some things that make it really, really easy for you for this first time going around and meal prepping. And it's buying things from Trader Joe's that are already pre-cut for you. It expedites the whole process. It makes it just so much easier. There are some things that I have to cut. Not that bad though. But let me show you that now. So like I said, stir fry, we're going to get going. So I'm going to get a pan going here in a bit to heat that up and prepare it. Throw some olive oil in there, and then I'll start my base. But then I'm also going to show you what I have for salad. So, like I said, pre-cut or pre-prepared things are just a lifesaver, and they save you so much time. So these microgreens, they're easy. It's already in a container, so you can just keep it in a container. What you're essentially doing is creating a salad bar for yourself. Everything's in Tupperwares. So I'm going to have to cut these beets. I'm going to have to cut the cucumbers, but Brussels sprouts I'm going to save for my stir fry. Bell peppers I have to cut for the stir fry. Shredded cabbage and this herb salad are your base. They're already cut and ready for you. That helps out a lot. Mushrooms I'm using. Zucchini I'm going to have to cut. Broccoli. These are already cut for you and prepared. So you just have to throw some of these things into a container, a Tupperware. Some of them are resealable bags, like this one. Mushrooms. I'm going to use what I need to, save the rest for later on another prep day. So I have an onion here that I haven't used fully yet, so I'm going to finish this off. So that's the next phase. Preparing the veggies now for the stir fry. I'm going to cut everything up, and then I'll show you how I'm going to prepare my lunch for the next 2 days. So just, kind of prioritizing and going through the baby steps of getting everything ready. So pretty much I'm going to make my salad bar of ingredients right now. I'm going to work through all that. I'll catch you back on the flip side when everything's all done, and I'll show you what it looks like after I've cut it all. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so now I have the onions and the mushrooms. I have a little bit of butter, cashew butter. It's actually, it's not bad, I like it. Mayukos, it's pretty good, I like it. Just something different, trying to cut back on the dairy. Of course, and then I got my saucepan right here. It's already got that olive oil nice and warm. So that's my base. That's what I'm going to get going for my base. And some garlic, minced garlic, already ready. Start stirring that around, and then throw the Brussels sprouts in about maybe, I'd say, when the onions start to kind of welt a little bit and they get a little soft, you can start to see that visually in the onions. When that starts to happen, then throw in the Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts take about 5 minutes, give or take, maybe a little less, and then you'll throw the remaining zucchini and bell peppers. Alright, I'll check back with you in a second. Alright, okay guys, so I have pre-cut my bell peppers and zucchini. Nothing fancy with the cutting, guys. I mean, it's whatever shapes, sizes you want. Obviously, the smaller the vegetables, the quicker they cook. And most vegetables you can eat raw. Brussels sprouts is something you need to definitely cook, but zucchini you can eat raw, the bell peppers, onions you can eat raw. Obviously, the onions have a strong flavor, so we like to saute them. Mushrooms you definitely want to cook, and so you have to kind of figure out which vegetables you can eat raw. Mushrooms, definitely not. Brussels sprouts you want to cook for sure. So Brussels sprouts are cooking. I already threw the fingerlings in. I have about 19 minutes left because I put 30 minutes on the timer. I'm going to let it cook for 30, pull it out, stir it, add some seasoning, some more seasoning, just a little bit. I'm going to actually add some spice, some Cajun spice that I have. Another tip for you, make sure you have a good stocked spice cabinet, flavorful spice cabinet with everything, anything and everything that you can add to vegetables, just so that they're not so bland, right? You want to make food that tastes good, right? So another thing I didn't mention is that I'm not making, obviously, any kind of lean protein. I'm just showing you the vegetable side. You can make whatever protein you want. Again, depending on how long it takes to make. If it's like the potatoes where it might take a little bit of time, you want to do that in the beginning and get it done and over with quickly, or out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. So moving on, I'm going to get into the Brussels sprouts. Stir those around a little bit, and then get ready to throw in the bell peppers and zucchini. And then we'll get into some salad making for our lunch. We're also going to use that stir fry for our lunch. So that's another reason for it, is I'm making it for dinner, but I'm also going to use it for lunch in the days ahead, because there's no way I'm going to eat all that right away, the stir fry. So just little tips here and there, try to prepare, make quite a bit so that you have some left over for a few days. Obviously, the more you cook, the more amounts of vegetables and things that you prepare, the longer it'll last you. But you also risk the chance of it spoiling on you. So that's why I cook about every 3 days, give or take. So I will probably cook again either Tuesday or Thursday night, depending on how quickly I go through the food. So it's kind of hit or miss. I kind of have to go with the punches and see. All right, guys, moving on. Let's figure out the Brussels sprout situation or whatever it is that you're cooking, and then let's get into the next phase. Talk to you soon. Okay, guys, so Brussels sprouts are pretty much ready. I can throw in the bell peppers and zucchini. I know I said I was going to give you a visual of the gas grill, but just the way everything is preparing, or the way I'm preparing everything, this is just going to be the easiest thing, so I don't have to keep readjusting the camera and setting all that up. So now I'm into the next phase. These are almost done, so maybe 2-3 minutes. I like my zucchini and bell peppers a little crunchy, but you can cook them a little longer and soften them up. Just remember that when you cook food or vegetables, they do tend to lose nutritional content as you cook. So the longer you cook it, the more it's going to lose its nutritional content. So kind of play with what you can and see where you're at. But again, the less time you spend cooking it, the more nutritious it is for you. So give it a shot, go for it, cook those veggies now. We're almost done. When you're done and you see that those zucchinis are there and you're ready, add a little bit of olive oil, seasoning salt at the end, turn off the heat, and it's good to go. Stir it around, let it sit for 5 minutes or so, and then you're ready to eat it. And then I'm going to get ready for the salad stuff. So I'm just going to put this off to the side. So just a quick little heads up, sometimes you're going to run into a situation where you have leftovers still, and it's a good idea to prep because you just don't have anything for the couple of days ahead of you for lunch or for work or for dinner. So I have some beets left over, and I have some shredded zucchini. So I want to show you the trick to these. You have to have a cheese grater. It helps tremendously. Zucchini, and then you want to cut. Usually you want to cut the stem end of it, but this didn't really matter because usually it has a little stem on the side, and that's what you use to hold on to as part of your handle so that you can get all the way down to the very end of the zucchini. But for this demonstration, it didn't really matter because the stem was kind of torn off. So cheese grater, get the zucchini, and just slice down. That's it. It gives you thin little slices, and then what it ends up looking like is almost like zucchini string cheese. And this is what what it ends up looking like in a container, and this is part of my salad kind of bar setup, right? So I can use this raw zucchini as a topping for my salad. And I'm just going to give you a brief little intro of what it would look like to make a salad. And so herb salad mix is my base from Trader Joe's. Put that in there. I just grabbed a handful, right? And then I have this shredded green red cabbage mix that I'm also going to throw in there as my base. And it, however much you want to use. And this is just a small example of how you can do it. I also have some pre-cut cucumbers. I'm going to cut a couple more, but I have some now, and I just want to reuse a container and then finish off these cucumbers. But cucumbers you can throw in your salad. I have these beets that are left over that I'm going to use. And there's part of my base. I'm also going to cut some avocado. And so I am literally setting up the base for my lunch tomorrow. Now these containers are pretty cool because they come with a divider. I don't know if you can see that. Get you in real close. It has a divider. So on the other half, I'm going to put the stir fry. And it just gives my lunch flavor, right? Sometimes I'll just eat a hearty salad, and I'll use a different container for that. Big hearty salad, which would be pretty much this half salad, but I would probably throw in more ingredients. I have some microgreens right here that I'm going to throw in as well, and then a little light salad dressing, which is just basically olive oil, balsamic, and lime. Real light. Throw a little olive oil, balsamic vinegar. You can buy these at Trader Joe's. And then the lime. And that's it. There's my half salad for tomorrow. And I will make another one, but I'm going to put different ingredients in it. Just so that I can play with it, because I don't want to have the same salad every day. That's what's so great, is you can make the salads however you want. So now for this salad that I have 2 of these containers, which turns out nice. And I probably won't put the dressing on this one because by Tuesday it'll be soggy. Monday on that one, it won't be too bad. It'll be a little soggy, but the olive oil coats and protects a little so it doesn't get too soggy. The lime also helps out to preserve. It doesn't get too bad. So for this dressing, or for this salad, I have options. I'm going to use the broccoli and the same base, that herb salad base, and I'm still going to use that red cabbage. Now right now I'm making a mess because I'm trying to do this for the sake of the video and save time. I'm still going to use cucumbers because I want to use what I have left. I'm going to throw in some of that shredded zucchini that I just cut up, and I'm going to do a little bit more. So you can do about, the one that I showed you was 2 medium-sized zucchinis filled up a container. So you can kind of play with how much you want, because I used 1 zucchini for the stir fry already. So I'm going to have a cooked stir fry, and then a zucchini raw, shredded zucchini raw for the salad. So there's that mix there. I'm going to throw in some nuts. I have some diced or sliced almonds. I'm going to throw in there. I like a little extra crunch on my salad. I'm going to still use the beets. I love the beets. Beets are my thing. They're just, I don't know, I love them. I'm into them right now. You don't have to be. Use what you want. I'm just throwing a little olive oil just to keep the zucchini a little fresh and moist, and then I'm going to throw some broccoli in there. And that's it. That's my mix. It's a different type of lunch. Similar but different. As far as the veggie mix, I still have some protein in the fridge, which is some tempeh that I sauteed and cooked a couple days ago, and I'm going to throw that in here to add a little flavor. And so it's going to be, that tempeh is going to mix with the stir fry. I'm going to throw it on top of my stir fry. I'm sorry I didn't specify exactly what I'm going to put it on, and that's going to be on the stir fry. So the stir fry is almost ready, and that's pretty much how you prep your lunch. So you're preparing your dinner right now, which is that stir fry mix, and then you're going to use what's left over for that to put into your lunches for the next 2 days, or 3, depending on how much you have left over. So for this broccoli, the bag ripped, so I need to put it in a new container. These herb salad mixes, you can literally reuse these bags, and if you have like a clip, like I do, I can keep it fresh and put it in that bottom drawer to keep the vegetables or the salad really, really fresh. And so I have a couple clips, and these little they're kind of pretty much chip clips. They keep the vegetables fresh, and I'm going to save these for later. So I will check back in with you guys and give you an update with the potatoes and the stir fry. See you in a sec. So guys, my stir fry is almost done. I put a little olive oil in there, and I'm adding some of that seasoning salt that I have, that garlic pepper salt mix, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty much done. The veggies, you can see it's steaming. Veggies are nice and soft. The zucchini's still a little hard, and bell peppers are still a little hard, but the mushrooms are done, and the Brussels sprouts are done, and that's what I really wanted to cook all the way through. And then everything else can kind of be raw and a little firm. So that's it with the veggie stir fry mix. The potatoes, I need to stir here in a second. So moving on, I'm going to move on to the potatoes real quick, move those around, season them again, right? If you're making the fingerling potatoes, season them again, and those are going to be that's going to be your meal, or part of your meal for your carb days. So when you train in the evenings, you're going to want to have 1 serving of potato fingerlings to go with your salad, lean protein, and whatever else you're eating. Maybe some more veggies, or a big salad with a lot of veggies on top of it, and then 1 serving of protein, which would be 4 ounces of chicken or whatever. Hopefully you're going a little leaner, avoiding red meat, maybe some fish, and then from there your 1 cup of fingerlings to go with your meal. And those are on training days in the evening. Alright, so let me handle this real quick and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I pulled out the potato fingerlings. I actually didn't have to add any olive oil. They were pretty well covered still in oil. And so I did add some more salt and pepper, or that seasoning mix, that blend. And then I just added some black pepper. It's all good. I'm going to throw it back in and cook it for about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check it and see how tender the potatoes are. So if they have a little bit of softness to them as you push them together with your fingertips, like your thumb and your index finger, if they give in a little bit, then they're ready. Alright, so do that now. I'll check back in with you in a little bit. So here's the end game, guys and girls. The stir fry that I just prepared, those are the Brussels sprouts, peppers, mushrooms and onions, zucchini as well, diced up cucumbers, the sliced zucchini or shredded zucchini with the cheese grater. The broccoli was already cut and done for us, and then this is what the lunches look like for Monday and Tuesday. So stir fry in both of them. Salads look almost identical, but they're not. A little bit of different flavoring for the salads and ingredients there. I'll add a lean protein for mine, which will be a vegan protein, a tempeh of some sorts. But you can add whatever you want. Feel free to add in some sliced chicken, or whatever it is you want. Maybe even some hard-boiled eggs to the salad, which actually give it a really nice flavor. So do what you want with that, and here is your salad bar. Really, your beets, cucumber, shredded zucchini, broccoli and cauliflower. I have some avocado and limes there just for the picture's sake. And then of course I have cashews, sunflower seeds. These sunflower seeds are great for a salad too, because you do want to have plenty of ingredients to make your salad on a random evening, or for lunch a random day. So it's always good to have these prepared, because it just expedites the whole entire process. So let me check on these potatoes and I'll check right back in with you guys. So guys and girls, that's it. There you have it. The potatoes are still going. They're going to go on for another 15 minutes or so. They're just not quite ready. So I added a little extra time. So in totality, like I said, you're looking at closer to 50 to 60 minutes, but I was hoping for less, but no, I need to get it to at least 55. So for this example of the potato fingerlings, 55 minutes should do it, depending on your oven. That's another thing. Everyone's oven is different, so depending on that oven and how efficient it is and how good it is, really, you have to check your potatoes and see. So mine ends up taking about 55 minutes. So you have your veggies, everything's all set, guys. You are done. Really, it's about an hour's worth of work 2 times a week. Saves you about that. Saves you all that prep time on the day of. So if you're having to come home and make dinner, make a salad, it just adds to the day. And so you want to try to cut back on your days of, or your meal kind of prep time, or eating your dinner. You want to kind of expedite that process so you're not prolonging your day. So we're adding this to our work day. So yeah, having those salad bar of ingredients ready, the stir fries ready, you prep your protein. If you're feeling like making that into something else, you can easily make your stir fry with that lean protein, turn it into a burrito with some beans. That's what's so great. All this stuff is so versatile. Throw maybe half a cup of beans in there with a cup of veggies and some avocado, and your lean protein mixed in with your stir fry. All of a sudden you have a burrito. Again, you would want to eat that meal on a training day, big training day that you do in the evening. So here's another tip for you. You want to kind of cut back on your carbs. If you're trying to cut back on your carbs and weight, carbs in the evening are, and sugar's big. So cut back on your sugar as much as you can. But carbs that turn into sugar, you want to limit that in the evenings if you're not training in the evening. So on evening days, if you didn't train at night or you trained in the morning, you're trying to have salads at night. So that's how you kind of play with it and figure out when you really want carbs, and it's always around your workout. So that's a trick that they don't really teach you, but I'm sharing it with you, is you carb load around your workout. You can have a little bit of carbs before, like you did on the overnight oats. After your workout, you have those potato fingerlings to go with your stir fry and your salad. Burritos, the same thing. It's got a lot of carbs, the beans, a lot of fiber, healthy protein, vegan really, and then of course the tortilla is going to have some carbs in there as well. So watch your carbs and try to time it with your workouts. And so that's how you play with it. You can even get into like a rice bowl stir fry. Again, a cup of rice on those evening training days. So much versatility to this, really. And you already have your salads, ingredients prepared for those days that you train in the morning, and you're having a salad at dinner. So everything's all set up for you so that it's easy, it's efficient, and you don't have to stress about, what am I going to make? It's already made for you. You already put in the work, you're expediting the process, and that's it. So that's my little take on it. Make it your own, do what you want, play with the ingredients, mix around the ingredients as well. Don't always eat the same vegetables the same way every time. It gets old within a couple weeks. So play with your vegetables, play with the ingredients that you're putting in your salad, your stir fry, play with the protein. Try some tempeh stuff, maybe try some chorizo. I had their soy riso at Trader Joe's. It's really good. They have some tofurkey there that's really good. That could be protein for you as well. So mix it up, play with it, make it your own, and make foods that you like, that you enjoy, and use different ingredients, different seasoning salts or spices. So that's it, guys. Enjoy. I hope you liked the video, and again, make it your own and eat what you like. Alright guys, you take care. See you next time for our next workout, and stay healthy, stay safe out there. Alright, bye.